Hey, welcome back. Glad you could join me today. Oh, sorry about the radial coat I'm wearing today. I wasn't really planning on doing a video, but it just, well, kind of hit me as I got in here with this fella. For those that aren't familiar with him, this is the off-the-track thoroughbred. And somebody actually made a comment on the video where I introduced him and said they wanted to see the process. They wanted to see what I did, what I went through with them. So I thought I'd show a little bit. I don't think I can really show you a whole lot, though, because it's just, unless I did a complete series of training videos. But actually, I am hoping I will get them to the point where I can show something, because I need to do another video that's, well, it actually should have come ahead of that one I did on mounting. But I don't have any other horses that I can do it with. But I'm hoping this guy's going to do the trick for me when we get to that stage, because it's all part of, well, what I consider to be rather standard training. And, well, it's kind of like what I did with the Worried Girl, too, is I didn't do anything out of the ordinary. There's nothing unusual. I'm not doing anything special. There's no secret tricks to this stuff. In order to rehab this fella, who you're already seeing how much he's improved, and he has. He's just doing marvelously well today. He gets a little concerned once in a while and calls to another horse, but compared to what you saw blasting around in that first video, this would be the third time I've actually had him in here. And the first time was when I did that first video, which was just more of an evaluation than anything to figure out what we're dealing with. And even just leading him in today was better. Not good yet, but better. And I started thinking, it just makes sense. What we should be doing is starting at the very beginning, where we always do. And, well, once you catch the horse, which in his case is actually very, very easy, the next thing you got to do is lead. And he doesn't lead up very well into here. Well, that's partly because of the issues he has, but even if the horse has a little bit of separation anxiety, they should still lead much better than he does. So, well, that's the very next step you take anyhow when you're training a horse, is once you catch it, the very next thing you got to do is lead the horse. Whether you're taking it into the barn or just whatever you're doing with it, doesn't matter. Once you caught the horse, the next thing you got to do is lead it. So I thought it only makes sense to work on the leading. Now, already he's showing he's still not focused on me that well, because even as he turns his head back and forth, he still bumps his nose on my shoulder a little bit. And if the horse is really paying attention and focused on the handler, you will see, actually he's half paying attention, because I watch when he moves his head occasionally, he actually does pull his nose back and go around my shoulder. And that's a sign right there. And you'll notice even my own horses occasionally will do it. When they swing the head from side to side, they'll lift it up and go over top of my head if they're standing that close to me, and they'll never bump me because they're aware of my presence. Now, he's not quite there yet, but he's improving already dramatically, and I'm really impressed with how well he's doing. He's a real nice guy, actually. He's just got a couple issues, nothing too serious, but now I see he shouldn't do that, so we're just going to back him up. He does back up. And, well, I'm going to show you where we're going to start with him. And anytime he does something you not want, you got to deal with it immediately. Correct it, because if he gets away with it once or twice, he'll do it a third time. Oops, see, he bumped my hat. He's still not paying attention to me. Another horse outside just called, so he's more concerned with that than me. As you can see, he's looking around. He's not looking at me. He's not focused on me yet. But that's okay, because we just started working with him. And in the process of all the things that we're going to be doing with him, even just leading him actually can help get him focused on me, because I'm not going to just walk in a straight line. I'll show you what I'm going to do right now. We're just going to start. I'm going this way. And guess what? He's going that way. That's good, but he's too far forward. I want him back further. So I'm just going to spin the end of my lead a little, because that's in my space. I can do whatever I want in my space. Now he's going that way. I'm going to cut him off and spin the lead so that he realizes, well, he can't be doing that. Now he's still kind of there. That's better. He's behind me now. That's where we want him. We want him behind me. And I'm just going to keep doing this. I don't want to bore you silly with too much repetition, but I'm going to just keep wandering around here, making turns, and every time he's not where he should be, we're just going to do something to drive him back. Once he gets far enough back, I'm going to stop going around. There we go. He's behind me now. Well, sort of. He's not trying to cut me off anyhow. That's kind of what we want. And, he can learn this stuff really, really quick. You see how we're leading him around with a slack lead? He's responding to me. Oh, gee, I think I just went off camera there. Darn, you missed that turn. I should do this further down the arena, then you'll see more of this. But, already slack lead. He's paying attention to my lead, which means he's not paying attention to the rest of the herd. He's not worried about things, and that's better. He didn't try cutting me off that time. See how fast he learned? And if you do things right, that's how fast your horse is going to learn too. And that's what one of the things I try to emphasize is if you're consistent in what you're doing, do things right. Yeah, don't even think about it. Good man. The horse actually will learn very, very quickly. They're very intelligent animals, much smarter than people think they are. And, I used to train dogs years ago, and I always thought people always underestimated the intelligence of a dog until I started working with horses. Then I discovered, no, horses are way smarter yet. They don't seem like it because they don't have the same physical characteristics and ability to communicate and that sort of thing that a dog has. So they don't really seem that smart because they're not all that expressive. Well, actually they are. You just got to be paying attention a little more to realize what they're saying. But they're actually very expressive. Everything that those eyes and ears and head and body are doing are telling you something constantly. And that he comes up to me for comfort. That's good. He's looking to me for comfort. That's a good thing. I'm not. He's not. He's a little too close. He's not as far back as I'd like to see. But considering the circumstances at the moment, actually, I'm kind of okay with that. I'm not. It's not a big deal. And as I've said before in other videos, one of the things people get real hung up on is this whole personal space thing. And well, my philosophy on that is, I'm not so concerned with whether or not they're in my space as I am with how they behave while they're in my space. And that's, if they're paying attention to me, I don't care if they almost got their nose on my back while they're following me. If they're paying attention, when I stop, they'll stop anyhow. They aren't going to run into me. Doesn't matter how close they are. Now, in his case, I'd probably be a little more cautious, though. But I'm listening. I'm watching out of the corner of my eye all the time. I'm always aware of what he's doing. I can feel him on the end of the lead. Nope, that's not what I wanted you to do. Go on, get back over there. I'm immediately going to correct him. And I haven't got the lead in the right place here. Bad me. Yeah, see, he's a little concerned. Okay, there we go. He's where I want him now. That's better. Good. See how easy that was? Looked like he was on the verge of a freak out, but no. He learned. And I just... having learned to observe their expressions and stuff like that, what I saw once he got back into place, the look on his face was like, oh, okay, I understand now what I'm supposed to be doing. So even though it looked like he was on the verge of having a meltdown there, what just took place was actually a very, very good thing. Because he learned that there's rules. I have expectations. He's supposed to be in a certain place. And I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good guy. I'm his friend. He can trust me. And you can already see, how, much calmer he is. And I don't like the way this halter's sitting, so I'm going to fix that a little bit here. One of many things that, I don't know why these things do this. I've noticed this several times with, oh, wow, did I ever have to take that one up a lot? There we go. That's better. Yeah, we want a halter that fits proper. We don't want that's going to fall off his face and we lose control of the horse and then we can't continue on. And the horse learns that if he acts like a nut, he gets out of the halter because it doesn't fit right. And don't want the horse learning bad lessons, so it's actually important to make sure at all times that the halter is fitting properly. Excuse me, sir, I want to straighten that out a little. There, that's better. Good man. So, you want to see the progress. Well, you're seeing the progress, and you're seeing it within minutes, how fast it could happen. Now, he's a little bit too close, but, that's where having a longer lead, this is my space. I can do whatever I want, and if he's too close to me, if he's in my space, he might get hit. There. He just took a step back, but he didn't have a panic about it. He didn't throw his head up. He just goes, oh, okay, I'll just stay out of your space and let you swing that rope around, you idiot. He doesn't know what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, but it's my space. I can do whatever I want. And if he happens to get hit by the end of this rope, it's his fault for being too close to it. I'm not trying to hit him. I'm just clearing my space, is what some guys will refer to this as. Just clearing your space. I'm just spinning the rope around within my own little personal bubble here. And if he happens to get into it and get hit by it, that's not my fault. In no way am I attempting to hit the horse. In fact, I'd much prefer if I don't. In fact, I generally will very slowly let it out as I'm doing this, so it gets closer and closer to him, which is what I just did. If you didn't notice, I didn't start out with enough line out that I could actually hit him. I'm not trying to hit him. I don't want to hit him. I just want him to say, hey, this is my space and I can do what I want here, and you got no business standing in it. And if you do stand in it, this thing's liable to whack you on. So that's what we do. So anyhow, back to leading. Back and forth we go. And back and forth we go. And I think I should put the rope in my other hand, see if that makes a difference, because I've noticed he keeps coming up on the side of me. Now we'll see. Oh, there he goes again. And I've noticed that, I don't know if he'll do it on this side. We'll see. There's a bit of, I'm doing an experiment right now. I'm finding out. No, he does it on that side too, so no difference. Okay, good. If he doesn't stay back and stay away, then I'm going to clear my space with the rope. That's what I'm doing. And I'm going to turn this way again. And yeah, if I got the rope in the other hand, the problem is exactly opposite. It's on the opposite side. That's okay. I just learned something. He's not one-sided. All right, get back there. Oh, he's okay. There we go. See, he's getting the idea. And I actually did a series of training videos a while back with my little man. And it went very, very quickly with him when I was doing this too. And, it's not just a certain horse, a certain personality that can produce ridiculous results. If you watched my previous video where I introduced this guy, you saw what I'm dealing with here. He was coming right unglued, running around the arena screaming and yelling and calling other horses and everything, but even just in like the time I've had him in here today, he's gotten so much calmer. I'm really impressed with this guy. I think he's actually going to be a lot easier to work with than I initially expected. I kind of thought I was going to really have my work cut out for me, but as it turns out, it's not really that bad, but I would like him back a little further now. And there. He paid attention. He responded. He didn't do it perfectly. That's okay. I'll live with that. We'll make it better later. But in the meantime, my goal right now is much like the focus work I did with Worried Girl, is I just want him to get him paying attention to me. And what I'm doing here in the process leading, since he didn't lead super good coming in here, I thought I'd start here. With the leading. The Worried Girl, she didn't lead bad, so I didn't really have to do that much with her. I did a little bit, but not much with her, not on camera, unfortunately. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that with this guy. I'm going to catch it on camera, and you'll get to see what we're doing, because, I don't want you to miss out on this stuff. And just how easy it is to, like I said, you saw how bad he was before. See how I'm holding the lead? You see how calm he's being? Because we've become a substitute for his herd by making him pay attention, give him things to do, and all of a sudden he's like, okay. And I explained how that worked in the video I did with the Worried Girl on focus and how to get them focused. Well, we're basically doing exactly the same thing with the leading. And if I happen to be going in a straight line at the time he calls out to another horse, I just immediately make a turn, and then all of a sudden, oh, he's got to pay attention to me because I'm doing something. And so it works exactly the same. But we have also done, the last time I had him in here, we also did a little bit of the same focus stuff, and that actually was really good with him. And well, no, he was still worried. He was calling the other horses, but he actually responds reasonably well to the lead in that respect. But I thought this would be just seemed to be like the logical next step to take with him is, well, we caught him, let's lead him. And, you know, we might not even do a whole lot more with him today. We might call her quits pretty darn quick because he's just making such good progress so fast. We don't have to do a ridiculous amount. I've said before that horses can learn in just a few minutes even sometimes, and you know, a lot of people have got this notion that training sessions have to be 1 hour or so because that's what a lot of trainers do, but that's just kind of how they self-discipline their day. They're going to work with each horse for an hour or two or whatever, and but that isn't necessary. You don't have to work with your horse for an hour. Sometimes 10, 15, 20 minutes can accomplish an awful lot. And in his case today, when I first brought him in here, I don't think it was 5 minutes and I noticed a significant change. And in the past 10 minutes or so, quite remarkable actually. I'm very, very impressed in it. And that is why I think I might just call her quits right there, is because, you know, we've made progress. And that's all I care about. I don't have a set schedule that says I got to spend X amount of time with any given horse, because if I push him any longer, things might go backwards. You know, he might say, okay, I've had enough of this crap, and start getting real worried, and then we can't do anything about it, and our day ends up worse than it started, which we do not want. So, you know, we're just going to, you know, I think we might just call her quits right there, because that's the smart thing to do. So there you go. Our off-the-track thoroughbred here, our high-strung racehorse with anxiety and runs around here like a lunatic screaming and yelling for other horses. You're already seeing the change, and in total, over the last 3 days, I'll bet you I haven't spent more than maybe 3/4 of an hour in total with them. Well, maybe a tiny bit more than that. I don't know. I don't keep track. I don't care. I just do. Oh, another horse. Another horse outside just called, and he answered. So I'm immediately going to give him something to do, just so he has to pay attention a little bit and not be so concerned with that other horse. No, I asked you to go over here. There we go. That's better. Oh, the other horse just called again. This time he didn't answer. Excellent. Progress. Like I said, progress. We just made more progress. The other horse called, and he didn't answer this time. You heard him answer the first time, and the second time he did not answer. And all we did was make a move back and forth about 15 feet, and that was it. See how easy this stuff is, how simple it is? You know, much of the time we make things far more difficult than they need to be when it comes to working with horses. And so that's one of the reasons that I am going to enjoy working with this guy and showing you what we're doing, is just to show you how easy it can actually be. And you saw in the first video just how extreme this guy was. Oh, that horse just called again. He got his attention, but he didn't answer. Excellent. That's excellent. Very good. Good man. Good man. Anyhow, you guys have a good day, and you know, don't ever think that it's all that hard. You can do it. Now go have fun with your horse. Have a good day.